what is Nigeria benefiting from the North? You understand? What are we really benefiting from the North? Nowadays, I've made it a point of duty to give you more videos. Now, I have more analysis. I'll give you more videos again, and I'll be reading your comments. Now, I've seen many people said reading of comments that they don't like it. No, I cherish my viewers on this platform, so I'll be reading their own comment too, which is good, and I'll be giving more analysis and what you can see on your screen. Look at that information on your screen. Today is Saturday, the 6th of December. Look at that information there, that the northern politicians are not ready for state police. Imagine, and you look at the high level of insecurity across Nigeria. Listen, which region should be clamoring for a state police, if not the North? Remember, I said in October that the South must start state police because the North already have their own Isba police. There's already a Sharia law in 12 states of the North. So the Southern people must wake up and open their eyes at this crucial time. That's why I make it a point of duty to give you information that you can see on your screen, and I give you videos. That information is there as I'm watching this video now. The North is not ready for a state police. What a statement coming from Mahadisho, and they gave the reasons, which I'm going to give to you. But let us start the program properly, like we always do. Now, in case you are watching me for the first time, if this is your first time of watching me, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel, on notifications, drop your comments, click the like button, and also share this video. It takes you nothing. Kindly like and share this video as you are watching. Like and share this video as you are watching, and drop your comments. Share this video. Let people know what great men like Akebulo have been talking about. Great men like that man, what people have been talking about. I've been saying it that gradually people's eyes will start opening, and small. People's eyes will be opening. Yesterday, I gave you a list of the Middle Belt. How they rejected Fulani from joining their Operation Rainbow in Plateau State. I gave you that information yesterday, which was Friday, the 5th of December. Now, small, anytime a man wake up, that particular time is on morning. Small, people will begin to open their eyes. Like and share this video as you are watching. It takes one to do. Share this video as you are watching. Subscribe if you are not subscribed, and all notifications. Drop your comment too as you are watching, which I'm going to read some of your comments on my next program. Drop your comments. What is the way out now, since the North is not ready to cooperate with the Southern Nigeria? God Almighty. When Yusuf Gagdi said he's a man from Plateau State, representing them in Plateau, in the House of Reps in Abuja, he said they are not ready for state police. His name is Yusuf Gagdi. This one now is on your screen. You are watching it, and there's a comment coming from Miyeti Allah. Miyeti Allah said there is a genocide in Nigeria, but the Muslims have been killed more than the Christians. That information is also right there on the screen. Miyeti Allah have said truly there is a genocide in Nigeria, but the Muslims have been killed more than the Christians. You are seeing that information on your screen. Again, Chukwuka Buratai, a former military chief of army staff in Nigeria, he has said his hands are clean, that he is not sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. His job is to fight them. You know, many from the North are now saying that I am not part of sponsorship of bandits or Boko Haram in Nigeria. Many of them are coming out. For example, Sheikh Gumi came out and said God will punish those who are sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria, and he also said that 400 people are sponsoring terrorism. I'll give you that report. Today, Buratai has said is not part of those who sponsoring terrorism. That information is right on the screen also. I'll give you different information and different videos so that you can have a proper information on what's happening. That's why I said all notifications, that whenever I come online for information, you're going to see it. And in case you don't see my notifications, go to your search bar on YouTube, Just search for Newsreel. That's the name of my channel, Newsreel TV. I drop videos every day with the hours of 12, 2, and 6:30. So drop your, so in case you don't see my notifications, go to your search bar on YouTube and search for Newsreel TV. I'm going to see, and search the name there, I'm going to see me in case those notifications. Now, okay, let me ask you, what do you think is the way out for Nigeria? When I read some comments of my viewers, who know their comments, then if you are watching this video, I want to react to those comments. Then we'll continue. Chupu the Abiandu, he said, 12 other states adopted Sharia. Why are you hounding Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho? 12 other states adopted Sharia law. Why are we, or why is Nigeria hounding Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho? Keshiwo Richard, that's his name. Keshiwo Richard, he said, Sharia is not accepted in Nigeria. We are practicing unitary laws. Or better still, let's go our separate ways. It's coming from Keshiwo Richards. African Day said, the Fulani don't believe in one Nigeria. This is coming from a man called, or even a woman, but the name is African Day on YouTube. Rutidane said, instead, God will punish you, Gumi, and your agents. We know your house is full of blood. This is coming from Rutidane. Sheikh Gumi said, God will punish those who are causing terrorism. Rutidane have said, no, instead, God will punish Sheikh Gumi himself because he does not trust him. That's Rutidane. African Day said, Malami was hell-bent to crack mass in Nnamdi Kanu abroad for exposing his involvement in Buhari jihad campaign in Nigeria. That's coming from African Day. He said that Malami was hell-bent to track mass in Nnamdi Kanu abroad for exposing his involvement in Buhari jihad campaign in Nigeria. Fọlọ́runṣọ́ Tanimola, he said, division is the solution for peace to reign and development in Nigeria. That's coming from Fọlọ́runṣọ́ Tanimola. Said division is the solution. That's opinion for peace to reign. Now you only can have your opinion as you're watching this video. Apache Francis said, God will punish anyone sponsoring terrorism. People like, in his opinion, people like Sheikh Gumi. Joseph Odwo, he said, Nigeria is already divided from the northern states. See what happened in Sudan. Joseph Odwo said, like I said, what actually Francis said, God punish Sheikh Gumi. Ayodeji Ariyo say, where are our sons? That is the senior advocate of Nigeria to defend the position as secular state of Nigeria. That's Ayodeji Ariyo, that's his name. Say, where are our sons to defend our position and for Nigeria secular state? That's his own opinion. Raphael M. Ayodeji said, President Obasanjo also caused problem by allowing the North to practice Sharia. He is coming from Raphael M. Ayodeji. He thinks that President Obasanjo caused a problem by allowing the North to have the Sharia. Emmanuel Omefe said, the analysis gave clarity to some people in Nigeria. That is Emmanuel Omefe. That is, he's talking about how the analysis gave of that Pakistan gave more clarity in to people in Nigeria. Emmanuel Omefe. Fidelis Azogu said, Sharia in other parts of the world is not like this. In Qatar, in Saudi Arabia, why is Nigeria own different? His name here is Fidelis Azogu. So how many comments? I saw your comments. Many people are praising me. God bless you. People say that.
Looking at the map of Nigeria you see here, you see this section in yellow, 12 contiguous states. Simultaneously imposed Sharia in year 2000, meaning that they consulted. It was their state house of assembly that did all of what was done. Their governors signed such things into those legislations into law and set up the Hisbah, the Sharia police that have been enforcing. They've never repealed any of those laws. The same way they pass them, they may tell you, oh, it's a joke, Sharia does not exist. But it exists in Kano, destroying people's business. It exists in Sokoto, destroying people's business. And so we come down to section 10. Let's listen very carefully. For those who may think that these are troublemakers who don't wish Nigeria well. Nigeria, the federation, is not what we are discussing. Nigeria, the federation, died a long time ago. But the Nigeria, the unitary state, the monster that is now feeding on the blood of those it's holding by force against the will. It is that Nigeria that has, the Nigeria that should have been our union was agreed to be a secular state, for which reason Section 10 of the 1999 Constitution, as disputed as it is, Section 10 expressly forbids the adoption of any state religion by the government of the federation or that of any state. That's no state, the government of the federation or that of a state shall not adopt any religion as state religion. That's the entire provision of Section 10. And so when in year 2000, these 12 contiguous states that run from Sokoto Kebbi through Kano Jigawa to Borno in the uppermost north of Nigeria simultaneously imposed Sharia, adopted and imposed Sharia, and began to implement it, they had seceded from the secular union of Nigeria as dictated by Section 10 that says they should not do such a thing, they should not adopt state religion. And so we were, ordinarily it would have been to go and quarrel with them, but we took a second look at it in this project, and we said that this is self-determination that they have exercised, and they went through due process. They consulted among themselves. That was why they could act simultaneously. They are contiguous. They were not picking one here, picking one there, so you don't know how they came about it. They are contiguous. They acted simultaneous, and so it must be that they consulted. But if anybody was in doubt, they went through the due process of their state assemblies passing the law. They also went through the due process of their governors signing and setting up the Hizbah. And so we interpreted it to mean that they had decided to secede from the secular union we were building together with them. They've left the Nigerian Union. They've now regrouped and are coming on a conquest mission, knowing that the title, having abandoned their own title deed in that respect, that the constitution by which Nigeria is convened and controlled and managed, they departed from that constitution by imposing Sharia. But they regrouped and they are here now overrunning, invading communities, killing people, and bringing their the Fulani from Mauritania and Senegal and everywhere to come to share the land. They've shared it all the way to Port Harcourt. Look at the tiles on the ground where you are, and you will see the kind of formations in which they had, divided up the entire land all the way to Bonny and Badagry in Lagos area, Bonny in River. And so we are saying that. It is that is the first practical rejection of the Nigerian Federation by that part. The campaign we are leading was then the response of, because these same people who have imposed Sharia have departed from a union of sanctity of life. Under Sharia, the adherents owe it a duty of faith to kill the infidel. How are we to be in a union where our compatriots owe it a duty of faith to kill us? We saw what happened with Gideon Akaruka. We saw what happened with Deborah in Sokoto. We saw what's going on with, we had when Dr. Melafia told us who and who was doing what. We saw what Buhari, the champion of Sharia, and the killings that come with Sharia. The same people adopted in their worldview, their civilization is that of feudalism. Feudalism. Under Sharia, we are exposed to being killed as infidels. Under their feudalism, we are exposed to being killed too, because in their worldview of feudalism, there's only the master and the slave. Our insistence on democracy is infuriating to them, because in feudalism, you can't be talking democracy, because the slaves cannot have equal rights with the master. The reason that people are flying flags, Odua nation, Biafra nation, Ijaw nation, At a time, the ones who are doing Sharia had gone their way. So there are practical steps to leave the union. People are holding solemn assemblies and saying we can't proceed on this. None of those things will change. And the reason they are doing so, in case anybody did not understand it, apart from the Sharia belt that has seceded, the feudalist belt that has seceded, the other ones who are who subscribe to democracy, who subscribe to constitutionalism, they insist on a union of sanctity of life. They insist on a union of equality of men. The Ninas Alliance, the South and the Middle Belt, minimum condition for re-entering, for renegotiating even any form of union. Where we are now is that the union is at an end. Anybody who doesn't understand it will learn the hard way that the constitution has been delegitimized and is going to be decommissioned. Whether we went to a meeting to do so together or it happens unilaterally, because that's where it will go next. In the kind of brigandage we have seen, in the kind of killings we have seen, in the kind of refusal to listen that we have seen, people pointing guns, union at gunpoint, it's not going to last, it's not going to...
There's the urgent need for restructuring. The current system adopted in the country does not encourage ingenuity. It is depressingly delimiting. It does not take into account our diverse status. It is the basis for the current misunderstanding and high rate of criminality in the polity. Issues can get scarier and more complicated as we proceed in self-denial. This is the time for all patriots to come together and speak with a voice. Patriots, unite. The country faces serious challenges, bordering on redefinition. We must confront all issues boldly and timelessly. It has become imperative that the current structure be tinkered with in a fundamental way. It is no longer sustainable. We must, however, admonish on the immediate necessity to restructure the polity in a manner that will engender progress and amity. There is no other way to solve the current socio-economic problems facing the country. The security challenges bedeviling the country will become a thing of the past if proper devolution of power is undertaken. The over-centralization of the security architecture is a major impediment. Having a police command structure in a country of over 200 million is not sustainable. The attempt by some states to complement the efforts of the security agencies are at best tokenistic. Let each state be in charge of internal security in its locality. As a corollary to this submission, each region must be encouraged to take charge of the resources in its area. A system which permits others to take over the mineral resources in a place without any recourse to local authorities encourages dispossession and promotes misery and want. Development of any given space must be about the people. We must restructure the country to reflect our diversity. We must pursue policies which support rebirth. We must interrogate continually an arrangement which ensures that the country richly endowed continues to wallow in abject poverty and want. We must make the country work for posterity. It is time to renegotiate, restructure, and invent Nigeria for the good of all.